Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we're back in the garage working on Grandpa's 40M, and we're pretty much ready to get the rear wheels off, pull the axles, get the bull gears out, and then the differential, and then we're pretty much fully disassembled here. So, couple things I've noticed while looking inside here. There's a little bit of glitter. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pile of glitter down in there. And then there's an even bigger pile of glitter over here. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say that things have been grinding for a while. I mean, just pulling this out, that's all metal material. So, things have definitely been grinding for a while in here, but everything else looks pretty good. I don't really see a whole lot of bad, so that's a good thing. I know we do have to replace the pilot bearing for the front of the sliding gear shaft or the top shaft. A couple of the rollers fell out, so that's loose. This bearing on the front of the counter shaft feels pretty good. I have to check that one yet. And then this big bearing in the rear of the sliding gear shaft we have to check. Haven't checked the bearings on the input shaft yet, but since it's got a new input shaft in it, I'm willing to bet that the bearings were probably replaced whenever that input shaft was put in it. So maybe not, but we're going to pull everything apart and check it. So that's really about it. We're going to get started here. I think we're going to work on this one first. This one is loaded with fluid, so I want to try and get this one off and out, probably using the engine hoist. So let's work on that and move forward. Okay guys, we've made quite a bit of progress. Nothing that you haven't seen before on the H, and then Squatch 253's Super M, and just kind of show you what we got going on here. Axles are off. Wheels are off. There's the axle housing for the right side. Axle housing for the left side is over there. Bull gears are out. Now we have to pull the bull pinion carriers, and you must, if you're going to pull these carriers, you must take the axles out and the bull gears out before you can get these carriers out. Reason being, if you do not, you see this casting here? The bull gear goes inside this casting, and if you try to pull these carriers out, this casting will catch on the bull gear and break this off. Ask me how I know. So we're going to go ahead and pull these carriers off here. I'm going to set you on a bucket. I just use the bolts that come out of the carrier assembly itself. Figure I'll go a turn at a time, so we're not overstressing each side. And eventually it'll just walk itself out. I'll probably run out of bolt before I even get the carrier out.
Okay, I gotta find a rag. I had a rag. Where did it go? This seal on this side you can see was leaking terribly, so let me get some longer bolts to thread in here. I should invest in a swivel head ratchet. Okay. See if these are the correct size. I don't believe they are. Nope. Okay, well, you get the idea. You thread a bolt into these two holes here and it walks that carrier out. So let's keep going. Okay, well, we got it all apart. Found a couple things, and one of them is a major find. It's a great example as to why we tear these things down and inspect everything the way we do, because if it was run the way it is, sorry, I got distracted by the shims that are still on here. Okay, leave them there. You can get them later, Kenny. You can get them later. This is why we do the things we do. Okay, first thing I noticed. This is the right side bowl pinion. Look at the broken tooth here, if you guys can see that. There's another one here. Okay, there's another one here. And look what I found. See that bearing? The cage has been blown out. There's probably 3 rollers that are missing. 2 or 3, probably 2. That's why we do what we do. Those pinion bearings and the inner axle bearings fail, and the rollers get underneath the bowl gears and they punch a hole in the bottom of the case, because there's only, maybe 1/8 to 1/4 inch of clearance underneath those bowl gears inside that housing. And when that happens, it comes around underneath and punches a hole through the bottom. And we know that somebody replaced the input shaft and the bearings on the input shaft, I'm guessing. I think that this thing had a complete teardown at one point in the rear end, and somebody put new bearings in it, because the differential bearings are beautiful, which is good because we don't want to have to replace those. Let's see if we look at this one. Oh, that's a heavy piece. Yep. That bearing looks nice. So that's good. The bearing on this pinion is really nice. No side-to-side play. And I think that, we're going to tear the axles down too and take a look at the bearings on the inner and outer side of those. But we know that we need a bowl pinion. We know that we need a bearing for this side. Oh, also, look what else I found. This pinion carrier had an old brake. See how it's all rusted inside here? If you guys can see that rust. It was only hanging on by a little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. This might be a better illustration. See how there's rust all throughout here? And that's fresh cast there, fresh cast here, rust in here, rust here. So this was on its way out. I'm guessing that this probably broke when the bearing failed on the inside and got into this gear here. That's what I would guess. So it's a good thing we took this as far apart as we did. Not like we weren't going to anyway, but we're going to have to get a pinion carrier for the left side. We're going to have to get a right-hand bull pinion gear and a bearing. We need a input shaft pilot bearing. And we still have to inspect the axles. Look what else I found. Speaking of axles, this axle cap had no bolts in it. I think they're broke off actually. But it also has the grease zerk that's broke off. The casting embossment here for the grease zerk is broke off. So that's an issue as well. We'll have to get an axle cap for that. And they had the wheel jammed up against it to keep it on in an attempt to keep it from leaking, I'm guessing. But that wheel, you can feel it was just basically machining this surface as it was rotating, because that cap was probably drifting in and out. Now it's probably stuck in place from rust and old grease and whatnot. But let's take a look at these axle bearings here. All the bearings here are in place, so that's good. How about this one? Do we have any failures here? Nope, nothing here either. So that's good. Oh, here's another piece of the casting. Yeah, you can see, look at how much rust is in that brake. You can tell the difference. See how this is bright cast and the rest of it is all discolored and black and rust throughout? This thing was ready to go. So it's a good thing we took that apart. Here we lie. That case has been completely gutted. So, okay. Well, now we got to figure out what we're going to do with these wheels sitting out front. So, anyhow, that might do it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. The cleaning and disassembly process of the small parts is next. You know, the sub-assemblies, the axle housings, the transmission gear sets, the belt pulley, the pedestal, or the bolster. We do have a broken hub for the center of the front wheel here, but I've already got a replacement, so that's not a big deal. This has two different hubs on it. This one's a lot thinner here than this one. So somebody put different hubs on it. I bet you this one broke just like this one, and somebody replaced that side, didn't replace this side because this one was still good and that one has since broken. So, oh, one other thing, when I took that pedestal apart, look what I found. Somebody installed the wedge that you could get for those front pedestals, probably because they had an issue with the front wheels had a death wobble. So they probably installed that wedge to help with that death wobble. And yeah, interesting. Lots of little finds on this one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for wrenching with me. You guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one. More carnage.